New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe may seem stale and rote from a lot of different angles, but if you haven't dived into the challenges that are part of this game, you are severely missing out on one of Nintendo's most brilliant ideas of the last decade. Yeah, you heard that. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe houses one of Nintendo's best concepts, and it's these challenges that are so freaking difficult, so freaking addictive, and our favorite part of Nintendo's latest Switch release.
Ever since diving into the challenges, I'm not playing through the main stuff anymore, Zach. I've completely given up on that. My dreams of playing co-op with friends, those are out the window. I don't want any friends. I just want to play this challenge mode over and over and over and chase that gold.
Yeah, it really is something that once you get hooked, I feel like you're hooked for good. And yeah, I'll be honest, I was really enjoying the campaign. Haven't touched the campaign since I caught the challenge bug. If you guys enjoy the challenges and the video, make sure to hit that like button. Let us know your take in the comments down below. These are not new. In fact, there's less of them here than there were in the Wii U version, which is kind of a bummer. But the fact that they are such a clever way to experience the tried and true Mario Bros. Formula, it's just such a revelation. And I cannot believe that they didn't get more praise back in the day. Maybe they did. I remember seeing something saying like, wow, this is really great, and it's Nintendo kind of embracing achievement culture. It's not something they've done a lot of since, and it is the perfect bite-sized way to enjoy this game handheld. Like, that is all I want to do. And there's some of these, and we should call them out specifically, Gabe. We should call some of these out specifically, because the challenges take shape across a bunch of categories. You have time trials, you have coin collection, you have Gabe's beloved 1-up rallies, and you have special, which are the ones that are unique and crazy. This one called Balancing Act, Gabe, where you're stuck on this rock that is trying to tip, and you need to balance for 60 seconds. I kid you not, I tried 70 plus times before getting a gold medal.
Are we going to say my experience with it?
We absolutely can. We can. Right. It's good because I think depending on your skill set and how you play Mario, you're going to be better or worse at different versions of these challenges.
To be fair, this does not mean I'm good at Mario. I am not good at Mario, but it took me like 5 tries. The reason I even tried that was because Zach texted me. He's like, hey, you're never going to get this one. You know, he said that him and Jake had tried it a whole bunch and they couldn't get any success. So I tried it. And I was like, okay, this doesn't seem that difficult. I failed a couple of times just trying to get the hang of it and what the challenge wanted for me to do. You're seeing it on screen, but you're balancing on a rock and you got to jump from side to side so it doesn't tip over. I did it in like the 5th try, and Zach tried like 70 times before he was finally able to get it. And that perfectly encapsulates like some of the fun spirit in these challenges, because some are going to be easier for you than they will for me, and vice versa. Yeah, and it's so rewarding when you finally beat it. It is a Dark Souls level of hoopla and hype, especially if you get gold. You know, bronze is pretty easy to achieve on almost all of these, but getting that gold requires usually a near perfect run, and sometimes even like pixel perfect jumps and timing. It's crazy. I'll call out another one that I like/don't like. It's pretty cool. It is called Mini Mountaineer, and you are a mini Mario trying to jump aboard bullet bills and Koopas and walls to climb basically this makeshift tower and reach the goal. And it just requires so many demanding jumps, so much perfect timing, so much nuance in your movement. It's crazy the contrast that is established between the campaign and the challenges, because like you said, Gabe, the campaign dream is like bring over your friends, get your significant other, bubble up and carry through this charming Mario adventure. That is a repeat, but hey, it's still Mario and it's still quality. Then you dive into the challenges, and like I said, 70 tries for me on some of these, and that's a little embarrassing, but I like it that way. I like that some of them do push me this much. I will say it's kind of a bummer how they're unlocked. You do have to get a lot of golds, it seems, to push through and open up new challenges, so you are faced with the daunting task of repeating the ones that maybe you're not so great at to get golds. Luckily, Nintendo has included a bunch of hint videos. I feel like they're kind of cheap, but sometimes you need that nudge to just understand, okay, this is how I have to even go about accomplishing this specific trial. I disagree with you. I think the fact that you have to get the gold is fun. I think that getting better at some of these aspects of Mario, it's going to reward you in the long run. And for me, that's kind of cool to see like which challenges unlock next. And yeah, you're going to have to go and get the gold. Zach, one thing that this reminded me of was Super Mario Maker a lot, right? Getting through one of those like super difficult levels. This made me want Super Mario Maker so bad on Switch because I kept thinking about that game when getting through some of these.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and I wonder if in some capacity it may have inspired even a little bit of the spirit of Mario Maker once that eventually did release. I don't know. I kind of like these even better just because they're so like they're so focused, and I love that they're so bite-sized. It honestly is for me the perfect way to experience this game or any game. I'm a little haphazard sometimes in my life, and having a moment to just do a couple of these tries and see if I can top my score, or see if I can reach medal status. It's really, really rewarding. And I wish Nintendo, honestly, would do more of this. We were talking before the video about how Splatoon tied some challenges into the amiibo. I wish that every game almost would do this. You know, it felt like Breath of the Wild incorporated a bit with some of its different unique challenges and task/trials that they implemented in as part of the campaign. But I wish that almost every game, we were talking Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, like those levels themselves are challenges, but it would be so cool if they found a way to incorporate just imagine if there's a whole category game of barrel shooting challenges. I would be all over that.
Yeah, that would be like super, super cool. Like you, I did start to think of what other franchises could implement things like this. You know, even like Breath of the Wild, right? Like, why not, like, let's have some like races, you know, down a slope while you're riding a shield. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. And you know, Zelda does like minigames and stuff like that sometimes. But these type of challenges that are like its own mode, completely separate from like the main game, I think that they are super, super cool. And Nintendo should maybe do more of this going forward, in my opinion.
Oh, they absolutely should. Even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe would have been a perfect opportunity to put in some really cool ones like, oh, you have to use this character and you're only loaded with this item, or everyone else is constantly getting red shells, or I don't know, you have to, you know, make sure that you're trick jumping every ramp, or you can only go on this specific path, or you have to go backwards. I don't know, they could have done really cool things there. Mario Tennis Aces took some of this mindset to its single-player offering and did bring a lot of trial-type encounters where you were utilizing skills that would help you out in multiplayer, that you learned from multiplayer, to sort of perfect these score-based challenges in the single player. Even Mario Odyssey, I guess, with the inclusion of Luigi's Balloon World, is kind of implementing a bit of that player-created challenges. Maybe that's also kind of a bit of a Mario Maker inspiration there. But specifically, like these Nintendo curated ones with their perfect gameplay and their just awesome controls, it feels so right. I would honestly buy a package of just more of these challenges. To me, like, now that's the top of my DLC wish list. It won't happen because this game is a port, and DLC for ports seems like something they don't like to do. But man, I would invest heavily in either an entire game or DLC packs that just provided more Mario challenges.
Yeah, I agree with you. That would be super fun. It's not happening, so yeah, let's be clear about that. But it would be very, very cool.
Smash Bros, I guess, World of Light encompasses a similar idea by giving you different scenarios and playing out sometimes very difficult battles that you have to defeat in a specific way or given specific handicaps or obstacles. So I guess they are incorporating it more than maybe we initially thought, but it's not done in such a specialized, curated way, and that's what makes this so fun, and how it is separate, it is bite-sized. It's really, really engaging, and honestly, the question then is, if you're not a big fan of co-op, if you've already done the campaign, but maybe challenges weren't something that you got into, is this package worth a purchase just for this side of the game?
This is how I'm spending most of my time. I've spent hours on these challenges. They are really fun. I had played through the single-player stuff before in its original release, but I just never really touched the challenges at all. So given that this is new to me technically, same with the Luigi content that I'd never touched before at all, there was a surprising amount of content in this package that I had never played before. So I guess I did end up being kind of a perfect subject for, you know, who they were going to target with this release. And, you know, it really surprised me how much I'm enjoying the game. And I'm going to continue enjoying it because I'm going to continue to try to get that gold, Zach. I know you can't stop me.
Those one-up rallies are your secret nemesis. They're surprisingly daunting to have to hop on Koopas or Dry Bones like 40, 50, 60 times in a row. Like, that becomes... I love that it requires perfection across an elongated period of time. Like, it's not just like make one perfect jump. It's like you have to be good enough that it's not a fluke, because you're going to have to either make 10 perfect jumps or jump on 40 Koopas. You got to do it repeatedly to show that this is not just a random burst of luck, but a truly acquired skill. And I hope that we come out of this as superstar Mario players.
Yeah. I mean, we're way closer now than we were before, right? So at least there's that.
I'm getting better at Smash. I'm getting better at Mario. To tackle the specific question, there's not enough challenges, especially with the removal of the boost challenges from the initial Wii U gamepad, to say that, oh, this is worth the full price. I can't say that at all, but I can say that it has dramatically increased my enjoyment with the game that otherwise would have felt a little soft. I still find the campaigns fun, and I don't know about you, Gabe, but once I am either burnt out on the challenges or completed them all, I do plan to still finish the campaign and whatnot. But these challenges are so good, and it makes me feel so much better about this port and about the purchase. While not worth $60 alone, they definitely have gone a long way to making me feel really strong about adding this one to my library. And it's kind of a surprise January title, one that I thought would be super easy to dismiss. But the challenges challenged our preconceived notions, and we're having a ton of fun. Let us know your take on the challenges in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe in the comments down below. Have you played them? How do you feel about them? Are they as hard for you as they are for me sometimes? 70 tries on Balancing Act. A little bit crazy, but a whole lot worth it. Until next time, everybody, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest and greatest from the Switch and its games. We've got you covered. Follow us on Twitter. Link in the description below, twitter.com/the SwitchForce. And until next time, for myself and Gabe, we love you a lot. SwitchForce out.